The ocean begins before the first drop ever fell. Before the world cooled enough to hold a sigh, hydrogen met oxygen in the silence of creation, and what was born was memory in liquid form. Tonight, as you listen, this sleepy science narration will carry you through that memory. You'll float between fact and feeling, where water itself becomes a storyteller, calm, ancient, and alive. Imagine it now. A single droplet suspended in the air, trembling with light. It falls slowly, almost reluctantly, as if remembering every cloud it once belonged to. Have you ever thought about how water remembers? Not like a mind, not with words or language, but through pattern, vibration, and structure. Each molecule of H2O forms tiny angles, 100 to 4.5 degrees, a delicate architecture that changes with temperature and touch. And yet, this small angle has held mountains, carved valleys, and mirrored skies for billions of years. As you breathe, feel the idea settle. This same water in your glass tonight once drifted in the lungs of a whale, once froze into the eyelashes of an Arctic fox, once steamed above a volcano in the earliest dawn. Water does not disappear. It only changes its voice. This is relaxing science, a reminder that nothing truly ends, only transforms. And as you fall asleep to science, your mind begins to drift with the tide of that transformation. Listen to the soft sound in your imagination, the distant hush of waves folding over sand. The rhythm is familiar because it echoes the pulse within your own chest. 72 beats per minute, almost the same pace as waves breaking on a calm shore. The body knows the ocean. After all, more than 60% of you is made of water. You are quite literally a walking sea. Every heartbeat pushes microscopic tides through your veins, delivering oxygen the way currents deliver salt and warmth. If you close your eyes now, you can almost feel it, that slow internal ocean swaying gently inside you. Scientists call it homeostasis. Poets call it peace. Both are correct. When your body drifts into balance, your cells release signals of calm, and the neurons in your brain slow their firing, synchronizing with the rhythm of your breath. This is how the mind learns to rest. Even now, neurons whisper in patterns of electricity, small ripples across a dark sea of thought. And in those ripples, you find dreamy science proof that consciousness and water share something invisible, yet undeniable. Both reflect light, both hold sound, both carry memory in motion. You are safe now. Let each word flow over you like a warm tide. Outside, perhaps there's rain against the window, a small percussion of liquid memory. every drop that lands has traveled thousands of miles. It has fallen as snow on the Himalayas, evaporated above the Amazon, wept from a melting glacier, and returned again to your rooftop. In that circle, you are included. You are part of the hydrological story, the planet's endless lullaby of evaporation and return. This is sleepy science narration, calm, factual, and softly cinematic. Think of the clouds above you as slow-motion mirrors. Inside each one, trillions of droplets hold tiny fragments of sunlight, refracting it into prisms that we see as white, though they contain every color. When light enters water, it bends. When you let understanding enter stillness, it bends too, revealing the hidden spectrum of meaning. The night continues. Maybe your mind travels this way, too quietly, endlessly, between knowing and dreaming, between the fact and the feeling of it all. You are drifting now, like mist across a lake that has no name. Close your eyes just enough to blur the edges of thought. Water will take care of the rest. Think of a river at night, a ribbon of ink catching stray lamps from a quiet bridge. Somewhere upstream, a thin thread of melt water slips free from snow, hears the hush of pine, and learns how to move by touching stone. That first lesson, shape given by contact, is how water remembers. Not with thoughts, but with traces. Flow lines keep a history of every bend. Minerals keep the accents of the mountains they crossed. In this sleepy science narration, we let those accents soothe the mind, because relaxing science can be the softest pillow, a way to fall asleep to science by letting the world speak slowly through the medium that holds it all. Now imagine a glass of water on a bedside table. It looks still, but inside is choreography molecules forming and breaking hydrogen bonds in trillionth of a second embraces. That bonding is why water beads on a leaf and climbs the sides of a glass. Cohesion gathers the drop adhesion, lets it travel. In a redwood at dusk, capillary action and transpiration tug water more than 100 meters toward stars, a planet-sized straw powered by sunlight, remembered as sugar. This is dreamy science, calm and true. The kind of soothing science story that turns facts into a hammock. I'm here with you. Breathe with the hush of those bonds, forming, breaking, forming again. Surface tension is a skin woven from these bonds. A water strider can skate across a pond because the surface is elastic, a taut mirror under moonlight. When you stir tea and watch the whirlpool bloom, you're watching vortices translate spin into shape. Even the smallest eddy is a diary entry, a moment when energy chose a spiral to rest inside. You are safe now. Let the spiral move through you, like a soft breath in and out, while the mind lets go of its heavy coat of daytime noise. Water keeps another gentle secret: its density anomaly. Most liquids contract as they cool, but water reaches its heaviest point at about 4 degrees Celsius and then becomes lighter as it freezes. That quirk is salvation. Lakes freeze from the top down, laying a glassy quilt that insulates the liquid below, so fish and reeds continue their winter life under a pale ceiling. In autumn, when surface water cools and sinks, lakes turn over circulating oxygen from sky to depth and lifting nutrients toward light. A season is less a clock than a choreography of density and wind. Does it comfort you to know that even cold knows how to protect life? This is relaxing science, the gentle mathematics of survival in a world that wants to continue. Listen closer to the brain's night work. When you drift into slow wave sleep, cerebrospinal fluid pulses through neural avenues in larger, slower waves, rinsing metabolic clutter from the day. The brain has a tide. Glial cells open pathways. With each deep inhale, your internal ocean swells, and with each exhale, it withdraws, carrying spent molecules away, like shells drawn from shore. To fall asleep to science is to trust this quiet housekeeping to rest, while the body becomes its own kindly caretaker. I'm here with you. Your breath is steady. The work is gentle, and it is good. Drop into a kitchen image. Familiar, safe. A kettle hums. Tiny vapor bubbles nucleate along the metal detach and rise, each one a classroom of phase change. Liquid becomes gas because energy loosens the grip of neighbors. Steam is merely loosened community spreading out to explore the room. Condensation on the window writes foggy script that a finger can erase, but the physics keep the pen moving. Cool glass persuades vapor to return to closeness. Isn't it tender, the way water accepts both solitude and embrace? This is sleepy science narration made visible in your home. A candle-lit lab where tea and quiet agree about the evening. Now step outside in your imagination to a lighthouse. Coast lantern revolving over a patient sea. Salt and fresh meat, and a slow, immense exchange begins. Estuaries cradle nurseries of fish. Tides pump dissolved stories through reed and mudflat. In each square centimeter of seawater, microbes farm light into food, and the ocean holds blue. Not because it wants to be dramatic, but because water gently scatters red and keeps the shorter wavelengths deeper. At sunset, the sky lends its fire, and the surface borrows. It proof that bodies can share color without losing themselves. You are safe now. The beam turns. The waves answer. Time loosens like a knot. Clouds are traveling archives. A cumulus is a library of droplets buoyed by warm air. A cirrus is crystal calligraphy at high, cold altitudes. When conditions are right, a halo circles the sun or moon because ice plates and columns tilt and refract, bending light at precise angles that our ancestors learned to read as weather. Tomorrow will be fair, said sailors under parhelia. Even in cities, London, fog curling around lampposts, Paris, rooftops slick with dew, a New York stoop shining after rain, the same physics stitches, light to water. Which familiar place feels most restful to you? Let the memory place down a blanket. Let relaxing science tuck it in. Consider how water holds sound. In a lake at dusk, a loon's call travels farther than it would through air carried by a denser medium that loves to pass a vibration along. In your chest, blood transmits the lub-dub percussion of valves. In the ear fluid, waves bend tiny hair cells that sing to the brain, I have heard. Sound becomes understanding because water is willing to move for it. Perhaps your thoughts tonight are like distant bells softened by fog. Perhaps they arrive, then fade, and that is enough. This is dreamy science meeting. Mindfulness, peaceful curiosity, turning knowledge into a lullaby, a spider web. After dawn teaches optics with kindness. Each bead of dew becomes a miniature lens, flipping the world upside down and back again, concentrating brightness on silk threads. When the sun shifts, the valley appears in 100 tiny globes, and then the wind, a teacher with sleeves full of surprises, lets the lesson go. If there was something you carried all day, let the web have it. Now let the dew hold it for a moment, and let a breeze unspool it. I'm here with you. You are safe now. The day can be undone gently, like a ribbon sliding free. Down in the dark earth, aquifers breathe. Water trickles through pores in sandstone, dissolves a memory of limestone into itself, and waits not idle, but ripening until a spring lets it speak again. Karst caverns grow stone icicles from slow drips counting centuries. If time had a metronome, it would be water finding the next place to be. Do you feel how patient that is? To fall asleep to science is to borrow that patience for a night, to let urgency dissolve like salt in rain. Plants write gratitude letters with stomata. They open when light and water are plentiful, close when drought knocks. transpiration draws columns of water upward through xylem, and the leaves exhale vapor that becomes cloud, that becomes shade, that becomes rain elsewhere. Your breath tonight participates in that exchange. Inhalation is a borrowing exhalation, a gift. Relaxing science is simply the etiquette of elements, a please and thank you between lungs and leaves. Let your senses soften. Hear an imagined creek passing over stones slick as satin. Smell petrichor, the shy perfume that rises when rain wakes geosmin in the dust. See the low amber of a lamp, the sheen on a windowsill, the tiny planets rotating inside a soap bubble at the sink. Taste the metallic whisper of cold water on the tongue. Touch the cool of a glass against your palm. Every 400 to 600 heartbeats, remind yourself, you are safe now. And every few breaths, know that I'm here with you. If a fact wants reframing, let it be this: water erodes rock. We usually say it as a warning about wear. But perhaps water is not destroying. Perhaps it's reading. The canyon is a sentence spoken over epics, rock syllables smoothed to clarity so the river can pronounce them more easily. What has today carved from you? Maybe not a loss, but a line of meaning, newly legible. The perspective opens. You are part of the orbit. Now, the hydrological circuit that begins nowhere and returns everywhere. Vapor lifts from oceans, gathers into weather, crosses continents, becomes rain, river, root, fruit, blood, thought, dream, and then mist again. Even as you sleep, your neurons replay the galaxies you've imagined, and the oceans rehearse the breath you are about to take. This is sleepy science narration, at its most human, a bridge between what is measured and what is felt. The night continues, and your mind learns the coastline of quiet, the way waves learn the shore by touching it again and again until the shape is remembered without trying. Maybe your mind travels this way too quietly, endlessly. Close your eyes a little more. Let edges blur. The tide is carrying you, and the water knows the way. Far beneath the surface of the ocean, light becomes a language of memory. The first few meters shimmer with blue and green, but as you descend, the palette narrows, softens, and then dissolves into darkness. At 100 meters, red disappears. At 200, even blue begins to fade. What remains is not emptiness, but rest, the kind of rest that water itself seems to understand. It is here, in the deep calm, that sleepy science becomes sacred. You could fall asleep to science right here, where the world forgets noise and only pressure, warmth, and rhythm remain. In that darkness, bioluminescent creatures paint constellations underwater. A comb jelly folds light through its transparent ribs, turning motion into rainbow. Lanternfish drift in schools like floating cities, each pulse of light a syllable in a silent conversation. They don't speak, but they remember. Their patterns of glow are inherited across generations, genetic whispers of survival. This is dreamy science in its truest sense. Life finding ways to speak softly, even in the absence of sound. You are safe now. Even in the deepest pressure, the sea keeps a heartbeat of light. Imagine how calm that world must feel, miles beneath storms, untouched by the chaos above. Every movement there is deliberate, slow. When a giant squid passes, it moves as if exhaling each pulse of its body, like breath released from centuries of waiting. No rush, no panic. Down here, even gravity feels gentle, filtered through water's patient embrace. It reminds you that you too can let go. You don't have to force your way forward tonight. You can simply drift. Water pressure increases by 1 atmosphere for every 10 meters of depth. Scientists measure this precisely, but your body already understands it. The subtle weight on your skin when you dive beneath the surface, the sense of being held by something vast. Your heartbeat slows slightly. Your breathing deepens. Your muscles release their grip. The diving reflex, they call it an ancient inheritance from creatures that once swam freely before we walked. It's a built-in cue for calm. Nature's way of saying, be still. You're safe in the depths. You can almost hear the ocean breathing. Now, long, slow inhalations through caverns of coral. Quiet sighs through canyons of sand. Each wave you've ever heard is the echo of that same eternal breath. In this sleepy science narration, the waves are neurons, the sea is your mind, and the tide is your thought, drifting gently between wake and dream. You don't have to control it. Just listen. Each whisper of science is another ripple carrying you toward rest. There's a kind of magic in how water meets light again near the surface. Sunlight filters down as warmth and color, but it also carries information. Photons that water remembers in scattered fragments. Each glittering reflection on the sea is a small act of translation. Energy turning to motion, motion turning to life. Algae capture those rays, transforming invisible light into nourishment, beginning the endless food chain that sustains the planet. Relaxing science is hidden everywhere, waiting to be noticed in moments like this. A single ray, a single drop, rewriting the story of survival with grace. when you close your eyes, now imagine standing at the edge of that same sea. The air is damp with salt and mist. You can taste the horizon, that subtle blend of mineral and light. Somewhere beyond the waves, whales are moving their calls, low and resonant vibrations that travel for hundreds of kilometers through the dark water. They speak in long, drawn-out syllables, each note rising and falling like prayer. To fall asleep to science is to recognize that even whales dream their hemispheres, taking turns to rest, one awake, one asleep, so they never truly drown. A kind of eternal mindfulness written into biology. I'm here with you. You are safe now. Let those slow whale songs become your own breathing. Inhale when they rise. Exhale when they fade. Each cycle teaches your nervous system to trust again, to release the small tensions that cling like salt to skin. The science of breath is simple. Oxygen, fuels, carbon dioxide, freeze. But the poetry of breath is endless. Inhale, wonder. Exhale, the weight of today. Now think of rainfall, not from above, but from below. Hydrothermal vents, black smokers rising from volcanic fissures pour mineral-rich plumes into the cold abyss. The temperature contrast creates shimmering pillars where chemistry and geology blur. It was here, many believe, that life began. Amino acids gathering in mineral pockets, forming the first whispers of biology. The same water that cools your tea once carried sparks of creation across the ocean floor. Sleepy science, indeed, even creation itself, was once a dream in liquid form. Doesn't that thought feel like a lullaby? That the world itself began in warmth and dark, rocking softly under the tide of time. You can rest inside that thought. Every molecule in your body, every drop in your veins has been part of that same journey, from volcano to vapor, from glacier to tear. You are not separate from the ocean. You are a continuation of it. The sea remembers every sky it has ever met, and through you, it keeps remembering. The night deepens, and the rhythm of the story slows. Outside, perhaps the wind has quieted, or maybe it carries a faint scent of rain. The room feels softer now. The words become lighter, floating just above your awareness. You are still listening, but also beginning to drift the way foam rides the edge of a wave. There's nowhere you have to go, nothing you have to solve. Science and stillness are one ocean now, the current beneath your thoughts, guiding you gently home. The night continues, and maybe your mind travels this way too quietly, endlessly, through tides of memory and peace. Above the sea, clouds gather, like soft archives of forgotten breath. Each one forms when warm air meets cool and invisible vapor, condenses into visible memory. You've seen them, pillars of white stretching across a pastel sky, shifting shapes faster than thoughts. It's easy to forget they are water, simply paused in its eternal circulation. In this moment, as you listen to sleepy science narration, imagine each cloud as a gentle pause between inhale and exhale, a planetary breath suspended midair. Water in vapor form carries no boundaries. Molecules that once rippled in a Pacific tide may now drift over distant fields or your very window pane. The cycle is not only physical, it's emotional too. When you sigh at the end of a long day, part of that breath joins this sky. It becomes part of the relaxing science that connects all living beings through unseen exchange. You are not alone under this vapor. You are never alone. I'm here with you. In the heart of a storm, water learns chaos. Tiny droplets collide, merge, separate, and charge. Lightning, an electric reconciliation, reminds the sky that opposites can meet and release brilliance. Scientists describe this as potential difference. Poets call it longing, finding a way to touch. After every strike, the thunder follows, and then the rain, cool, forgiving, steady. Each drop that lands on your skin is a closing gesture, the world's way of saying the tension is over. You are safe now. Picture yourself walking beneath that gentle rain. The pavement glistens, mirrors the city's neon heartbeat. Street lights stretch long over puddles, painting gold on black water. There's something holy in that reflection, how light trusts water enough to reveal itself twice. A raindrop lands on your wrist, breaks, reforms, disappears. This is dreamy science at its softest, a system so intricate it becomes art. To fall asleep to science is to notice this art until noticing fades into rest. Inside each raindrop is a perfect sphere born of surface tension and gravity's compromise. It forms around microscopic dust, a pollen grain, a speck of salt, even a fragment of meteor dust from space. Each rain, then, is cosmic, the universe returning to touch Earth again and again. When you drink a sip of water, you drink the residue of stars. That's not metaphor. It's physics. Hydrogen, the oldest element, was forged in the Big Bang. Oxygen came from dying stars. Every swallow is an inheritance of light. This is relaxing science, a truth so vast it quiets the ego. You are right now, the universe hydrating itself. Think about that while breathing slowly. Feel the inhale travel through air, moist with the memory of oceans. the exhale release. Warmth that may someday condense into a cloud over another life. The exchange is endless, kind, mathematical, miraculous. This is why, when rain falls at night, some people sleep better. The brain reads the rhythm as protection, the constancy as comfort. Nature is saying the pattern holds. You may rest. Lightning ends, thunder fades, and the smell of earth rises. That scent, petrichor, is geosmin, an organic compound born from bacteria in the soil. When raindrops hit dry ground, they trap tiny air pockets that burst upward, releasing the aroma of life, renewing itself. It's the same scent your ancestors knew, standing under primitive skies. The continuity stretches back millions of years. Rain, earth, scent, breath. You are part of that memory chain. I'm here with you. Listen to the small echo of droplets against glass. Hear how random becomes rhythm. Each interval, different yet familiar, like a heartbeat sinking to calm. Your nervous system is listening, adjusting, slowing. It knows the lullaby of rain because evolution composed it. In caves, tents, and houses, generation after generation has fallen asleep to this same percussion. This is why it works. The body remembers the world's oldest music. Now the clouds begin to thin. The moon slips through quiet and deliberate. She places silver coins of light upon puddles, reminding the water of its celestial origin. Lunar gravity still pulls on every tide, even the tides within you. Your blood, your lymph, your cerebrospinal ocean, all of it rises and falls by moonlight. Science calls it circadian entrainment. Ancient minds called it worship. Either way, the effect is the same, an invitation to slow down. As you listen, notice how your thoughts have begun to stretch out like reflections distorted by gentle ripples. That's good. It means the waves of your consciousness are lengthening your brain, moving from beta to alpha to theta, the stages of pre-sleep drift. Sleepy science isn't a theory, it's a state, and you are entering it. You can feel the soft weight of it behind your eyes, the way still water feels under a calm dawn. There's one more detail to hold before we let it go after rain. When sunlight returns, the world smells sharper. Leaves gleam. Air feels new. This renewal isn't imaginary. Raindrops wash dust and pollen from the air-cool surfaces and scatter negative ions that can lift mood and clarity. So when the storm passes, your body literally breathes cleaner. That small, invisible act of purification is the planet's nightly ritual, a reminder that rest is restoration, not retreat. You are safe now. You are held by the same laws that guide oceans and clouds. And as you drift further into this dreamy science, remember, water never rushes. It only finds its level. The night continues steady as rain across rooftops. Maybe your mind travels this way too quietly, endlessly, finding its level. The rain has stopped, but the world still glimmers, each leaf a small lantern holding the memory of water. When sunlight returns, it bends through those droplets, scattering wavelengths, and for a brief instant, color itself is born again. A rainbow is not in the sky. It lives inside your eyes, formed where physics meets perception. Light refracts your retina, translates, your mind interprets, and suddenly wonder exists. That too is sleepy science, the bridge between matter and meaning, the way nature quietly invents beauty from geometry. You are safe now. The storm is gone. The air is new, and every surface hums with renewal. Somewhere in that silence, after rainwater, begins another migration, seeping into soil, carried through roots stored in trunks, whispering in the green corridors of leaves. Plants don't drink the way we do. They pull life upward, atom by atom, through xylem that never sleeps. It's the slowest elevator in existence, powered not by engines, but by absence, the absence of water, in leaves the pull of evaporation, calling the next molecule to rise. Scientists call it transpiration. Poets call it faith. The tree believes the sky will always give back what it takes. It releases water, and the clouds return the favor. A perfect covenant. Tonight, as you fall asleep to science, you might remember that every breath you take completes that same promise. You exhale what the trees inhale. They exhale what you need to begin again. This is relating science at its purest proof that trust is measurable, that balance is biological. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel your pulse in your wrist, small, rhythmic, consistent. That is pressure and fluid in dialogue, the same physics that moves rivers and rain. Blood is 90% water, but it carries more than molecules. It carries story. Every cell it touches is reminded that you are alive, still in motion, still part of the endless circulation of the earth. I'm here with you. Let your breath fall into sync with that hidden tide. Inhale, rise. Exhale, return. When light meets a droplet at just the right angle, about 42 degrees, the rainbow appears always circular, though we see only an arc. Somewhere, someone else under the same sky sees a slightly different one, formed by their own perspective. Rainbows are not objects, but collaborations between eyes and elements. You and nature co-authoring wonder. Dreamy science teaches that perception itself is partnership. The world becomes what you allow it to reflect. Perhaps tonight, as your thoughts settle, you can let them refract to bending heaviness into color. Water remembers heat as easily as it remembers cold. In the desert, it hides underground in aquifers, sleeping for centuries. When unearthed, it rises cool and clear, still carrying whispers of ancient rains that fell before history had a name. To drink from such a spring is to sip time itself. Science confirms it isotopes of oxygen and hydrogen can tell us the age of water, revealing when and where it last touched sky. Some of it predates humanity. Think about that. The same molecule that soothes your thirst tonight once glided across a fern when the first dragonfly took flight. That thought alone can slow the heart, because time, like water, is patient. It doesn't rush toward the future. It cycles. And each rotation, each wave, each rainfall, each exhale is an invitation to rest inside the rhythm rather than fight it. This is sleepy science narration, where the laws of physics become lullabies. Everything that rises will fall. Everything that falls will rise, and nothing is truly lost. In the polar night, ice sheets sigh beneath stars. Their crystals grow in hexagons, the geometry of calm. No two snowflakes are identical, because each journey through the cloud is unique, a record of temperature, humidity, and chance. When snow falls, it is a snowfall of stories. Some flakes melt on your palm, some merge into glaciers that will outlive generations. Water teaches impermanence with kindness. It says, even melting can be beautiful. You are safe now. Let the image of snow settle over your mind like a blanket, cool, clean, quiet. There's a hush in that image, a spaciousness that makes room for rest. Beneath that imagined snow, seeds wait for thaw rivers, wait for spring. Waiting is not idleness. It is trust in timing. So if part of you feels paused tonight, remember the science of patience. Nothing in nature blooms all year. Even water freezes so it can flow again. Somewhere far above, cirrus clouds stretch thin as silk, tracing the boundaries of jet streams. Up there, temperatures drop to 40 degrees, and yet crystals form suspended, shining. Light glances through them, painting halos around the moon. For travelers in the past, these halos were omens. For scientists now, they are optical signatures of ice platelets aligned by wind. The difference between superstition and science is not the feeling, it's the explanation. But both begin with awe. Awe slows. The heart rate deepens. Breathing expands. Awareness. Measurable, repeatable soothing. Neuroscientists call it the overview effect of the soul, when the brain's default networks quiet and the world feels larger, kinder. This is what relaxing science can do when spoken softly enough. It becomes a mirror for wonder. It reminds us that curiosity itself is a form of rest, a permission to stop chasing and simply gaze. I'm here with you. The night continues its slow drift. Somewhere, oceans are turning under the moon's pull. Lakes are cooling under starlight. And within you, molecules of water are performing their quiet ballet. You are made of what the earth dreams in liquid. Maybe your mind travels this way, too quietly, endlessly, through rivers of thought and the sleep-bound tide of the world. Somewhere in the world, a glacier moves. You might imagine it as frozen stillness, but it flows imperceptibly slow, carrying ancient air and the ghosts of old storms. Every creak inside that ice is time adjusting its weight. Scientists have drilled deep into glaciers and found tiny bubbles of atmosphere from hundreds of thousands of years ago. Pockets of breath from a planet younger, quieter, untouched by machines. In that frozen archive, the Earth remembers its own lungs. To listen to this sleepy science narration is to lean close to that memory and feel how tender it is, the way water holds both motion and silence in a single body. If you could melt a teaspoon of glacial ice and sip it, you would taste the past pure mineral, weightless. That water fell as snow long before cities, long before even language. The molecules have waited, patiently packed under pressure, crystalline diaries of a world without rush. Isn't it calming to know that patience itself leaves a trace? Relaxing science reminds us nothing sacred ever hurries. Even ice knows that stillness is a kind of movement. Now picture what happens when glacier meets sun. The meltwater threads down rock faces, singing tiny songs of release. Drop after drop joins, gathers, becomes a rivulet, then a stream, then a river. It's the oldest choreography of the planet, melting and merging, losing and finding form again. The same principle guides your heartbeat: contraction, expansion, release. You are water, too, practicing the same ancient rhythm. I'm here with you. You are safe now. When rivers run, they don't move in straight lines. They meander curves, born of resistance, patience, and play. Eddies form where water collides with stone carving, small pockets of rest before rejoining the main flow. That's how the river teaches balance. Rush and pause effort and surrender. Even in laboratories, scientists describe turbulent flow with equations of chaos and beauty intertwined. The mathematics are precise, yet the result feels like poetry. That's what dreamy science is: precision softened by wonder. Sometimes, rivers disappear underground, slipping into porous limestone, winding through caverns where darkness drips like honey. In those caves, stalactites grow from ceiling to floor, millimeter by millimeter, formed by the slow patience of water, depositing minerals as it falls. Every drip, a heartbeat of stone. It takes 1,000 years to grow a few inches, and still the water never stops giving. You can almost hear it in your imagination, the echo of droplets finding each other in a chamber older than light. The sound of dripping water is among the most relaxing frequencies known. Measured at slow, irregular intervals, it quiets the human nervous system, lowers cortisol, synchronizes breath. Scientists use such sounds in therapeutic environments to induce calm and sleep. You can use it now. Listen inwardly. Drop. Silence. Drop. Between each, a pause long enough to feel the present unfold. You are safe now. You are inside the rhythm that carved mountains and hearts alike. Above ground, rivers meet the sea. The fresh water slides over salt like silk, at first a delicate tension where two worlds negotiate peace. Estuaries are nurseries of life places where fish learn to swim between worlds, where reeds filter water and sunlight dances through suspended silt. The boundary dissolves gradually, as most boundaries do in nature. Science calls it a gradient. Spirit calls it grace, and then the ocean takes over. The tide breathes with the moon pulling entire coastlines forward and back with invisible fingers. Gravity becomes choreography. Rotation becomes lullaby. Even satellites circling Earth move slightly faster or slower, depending on this pulse. Every high tide is a heartbeat of the planet. Every low tide, a deep exhale. To fall asleep to science is to align with that pulse, to remember that even planets rest between motions. Under moonlight, water glows faintly with plankton that ignite at the brush of a wave. Bioluminescence, a chemical conversation between luciferin and oxygen, produces cold light, light that does not burn, but soothes. Swimmers who enter such bays leave trails of stars in their wake galaxies, born from fingertips. To float, there is to become constellation and current at once. This is Rangsing Science, wrapped in wonder, the night ocean mirroring the night sky, until both are the same dream. I'm here with you. Feel that idea, how the same water touches sky and skin, star and cell memory and moment. The boundaries between them thin the longer you breathe. When you inhale, now imagine drawing in the ocean's calm. When you exhale, imagine releasing your weight into its arms, further offshore. Ocean currents act as planetary arteries. The Gulf Stream, the Kuroshio, the Antarctic, circumpolar, all vast rivers within the sea, moving heat and nutrients across hemispheres. Without them, climates would collapse. Their motion is guided by density, temperature, salinity, a delicate dance known as thermohaline circulation. Every molecule of water knows where to go, steered by gradients so subtle that only patience can perceive them. It's like destiny written in temperature. This global conveyor runs deep and slow. One full cycle can take 1,000 years. Somewhere within that immense path might be a drop, once touched by your hand, now gliding beneath Antarctic ice. Water connects your moment to centuries, your breath to planetary time. That is the essence of sleepy science narration. To feel small, without fear, to sense immensity, and find peace inside it. At the ocean floor, sediments settle layer upon layer, quietly writing history. Each grain of sand once belonged to a mountain. Each shell fragment once housed a creature that sang in its own way. Over millennia, pressure and patience turn these layers to rock, raising them again someday as cliffs, only for the cycle to begin anew. Nothing ends. Everything changes shape. The night deepens. Perhaps outside your window, there's the faint hum of life winding down. Let it blend with the inner tide we've built together. You are safe now, part of the slow river of being that flows through every droplet and every dream. Maybe your mind travels this way, too quietly, endlessly, where every thought softens into current. Every memory becomes tide, and every breath returns to the great ocean of silence. Somewhere above the same sea, you now imagine vapor rises again, invisible, effortless. The sun, patient and constant, lends its warmth, and water accepts the invitation to ascend. Evaporation is not escape, it is transformation. Each molecule slips free, carrying a memory of salt and depth of moonlight filtering through coral. This is the upward tide, the opposite of rain, and yet the same movement reversed. Sleepy science lives in these repetitions, the pulse of a planet exhaling and inhaling through its oceans. As vapor climbs, it cools, condenses, and begins to gather into clouds once more. High in the troposphere, ice crystals meet dust pollen, even particles carried from deserts far away. Sahara sand becomes part of Caribbean rain. Volcanic ash becomes snow in the Alps. Nothing in nature travels alone. The earth is one endless conversation in liquid form. To fall asleep to science is to overhear this conversation and smile at its simplicity. Every part of creation speaks fluent water. You are safe now. The same vapor that drifts above your city tonight may one day fall over the forest where your grandparents once walked, or join a glacier forming beyond time. Relaxing science reminds us that nothing we breathe, touch, or drink is ever truly gone, only rearranged. Even your tears will find their way back to the sea. They carry your stories there, and the ocean, vast and kind, keeps them. Rain begins again this time, somewhere far away, perhaps over fields of rice or meadows humming with bees. Each drop that touches soil wakes hidden life. Microbes stir, roots expand, seeds swell. Within hours, the landscape begins to breathe deeper. All of it powered by hydrogen bonds, simple attractions between molecules that choose to hold hands. That small gesture of connection sustains the world. Dreamy science knows the universe is held together by affection at the atomic level. Let's travel inward now, toward the water inside you. In your blood, water, fairies, hormones, nutrients, and thoughts. Yes, thoughts. Electrical impulses between neurons depend on ions dissolved in this fluid ocean inside your skull. Sodium, potassium chloride, all moving with the grace of tides. When your mind calms, these ions flow smoothly, rhythmically, just as currents flow beneath calm seas. When anxiety churns, the flow grows erratic, turbulent. But right now, under this gentle narration, your inner waters are still again. You are safe now. I'm here with you. Your brain floats literally. Cerebrospinal fluid cradles it in suspension, cushioning every movement. With each heartbeat, a tiny wave passes through that liquid, like ripples through a pond. Even while you sleep, this fluid washes over neural tissue, clearing away the debris of waking thought. The process is called the glymphatic system, a nightly cleansing powered by slow-wave sleep. Isn't that beautiful? The brain rests only when it remembers to let the water work. Outside, the world mirrors this. Rivers cleanse valleys. Rain clears the air. Nature models the same rhythm the body follows when you surrender to rest. That's why, even without realizing it, You find rain soothing oceans, hypnotic fountains, comforting. Deep in our DNA, we remember the first lullabies were waves. This is not metaphor, it's biology. Studies show our brains synchronize to the frequency of rolling surf about 12 cycles per minute, almost identical to calm breathing. To fall asleep to science is to return to that original rhythm. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself beneath a waterfall, not loud, but distant, like a dream half heard. The water falls endlessly, but it never tires. Its strength is not force, it's constancy. The air around it fills with negative ions, microscopic gifts that bind to dust and soothe your nervous system. When you breathe them in, heart rate slows, serotonin rises. The science is clear, but the feeling is older than words. This is what renewal sounds like. You are safe now. Your breath matches the waterfall's descent, long, gentle, repeating. Every inhale gathers light mist. Every exhale releases the heaviness of day. And as you breathe, you realize how miraculous it is that the same element that carved canyons and turned turbines also moves through your veins and eyelids. Water does not choose between strength and tenderness. It is both. Now imagine night falling over the sea once more. The horizon darkens into velvet. Stars emerge one by one. Somewhere beneath that surface, a whale rises to breathe. Its enormous body breaks through the water, with reverence releasing a plume of vapor that catches starlight for a heartbeat before fading. That exhalation is ancient sacred. For a moment, the whale and the galaxy share the same rhythm. 2 lungs, 1 sky. This is relaxing science, where biology and astronomy meet in breath. And as the whale sinks again, silence returns. The ocean closes above it, but the ripples keep moving outward until they reach shores unseen. That is how everything you do echoes too softly, invisibly, far beyond your knowing. Energy doesn't end. It disperses gently into other forms, just as the whale's breath becomes mist, and mist becomes rain, and rain becomes you. The night continues. You are part of it, a quiet current, a thought of the sea, a molecule on its way home. Maybe your mind travels this way, too quietly, endlessly, remembering every sky it has ever met. If you stand by a lake before dawn, you can feel the air holding its breath. The surface is a mirror, so still it seems solid, reflecting the fading stars and the slow bloom of light in the east. In that moment, between darkness and day, water becomes time, paused, expectant, soft, This is sleepy science at its purest observation, turning to awe, awe turning to rest. Even physics bows here. The energy of the world hums at its lowest, most peaceful state. You are safe now. Mist rises from the lake like thoughts leaving the body. Each strand of vapor curls upward, then dissolves, carrying heat back to the sky. The transfer is delicate evaporation as meditation. The molecules that depart will soon meet sunlight and begin the long drift back toward cloud. You can almost hear their gentle ascent if you listen beneath the silence. I'm here with you. Every few seconds, another handful of molecules lets go. Let that be your rhythm release. Rise, rest. When the sun touches the horizon, colors unfold like pages. Coral gold, soft blue. Scattering the bending of light by tiny particles creates the sunrise palette. Short wavelengths scatter first. Reds linger longest. That's why dawn looks warmer than noon. Scientists call it Rayleigh scattering, but perhaps you prefer the simpler explanation. Morning has decided to speak in warmth. Relaxing science reminds us that even equations can blush. At the first breeze, ripples travel across the water. Small waves, born from invisible fingers of air. The physics are simple. Friction transfer. Energy, surface tension, resists gravity, restores. The result is a pattern the eye reads as calm. But within that calm lies complexity, each ripple interfering, overlapping, composing temporary harmonies. That's how nature hides intelligence in plain sight, order masquerading as softness. To fall asleep to science is to trust that even randomness can sing. Birds skim the surface, wings brushing reflection. Their motion breaks symmetry just enough to prove that stillness is alive. In that soft interruption, the lake begins to speak. Concentric circles expand outward, perfect in their geometry, fading as they widen. Every sound you've ever heard, every note, every word travels the same way. Waves, pressure, vibration. And because air, like water, carries memory through motion, sound is simply touch at a distance. The voice you hear now reaches you the same way ripples reach the shore. Gentle, continuous, real. You are safe now. Let that realization spread through your chest the way warmth spreads through morning fog. Notice how when you relax, breath deepens naturally. The diaphragm pulling down lungs, expanding like sails catching a steady wind. This is biology, rehearsing serenity. Your parasympathetic system, the one that whispers, rest and digest begins to hum. Heart rate slows. Muscles soften. The chemistry of trust takes over. Dreamy science describes it, but your body already knows. The lake itself is a lens. Beneath its surface, sunlight bends, slows, and scatters through layers of temperature. Thermoclines, boundaries between warm and cool water, create shimmering veils where fish drift like thoughts between states. In summer, these layers stay distinct. In autumn, cooling air stirs the depths, mixing oxygen, balancing life. Even a lake breathes in seasons. Everything that rests also renews. That's the secret rhythm of relaxing science, the oscillation between being and becoming. A frog croaks somewhere, its call resonating across the glassy surface. The sound seems larger than the creature itself, magnified by reflection. Acoustics loves water. It doubles, voices, folds, echoes, lets you hear the same moment twice. If memory had a sound, perhaps it would echo this way, soft repetition, fading into stillness. And somewhere beyond the reeds, the first insect hovers. Its wings beat hundreds of times per second, vibrating the air into a faint hum. To the human ear, it's background. To physics, it's a precise rhythm of lift and drag. The creature stays aloft by trusting impermanence, falling, and catching itself with each motion. Couldn't that be your lesson tonight? To hover between thoughts, not needing certainty, just rhythm. You are safe now. As the day brightens, the lake begins to sparkle. Tiny capillary waves catch sunlight, scattering it into diamonds. Each flash lasts less than a heartbeat, yet collectively, they appear eternal. The illusion is simple math persistence of vision. Your mind stitches moments into continuity, the same way it stitches dreams into narrative. That's how the brain protects peace, by connecting glimmers into wholeness. Waterfowl gather near the far bank, forming patterns that mimic galaxies when viewed from above. Swirls, spirals, gentle order inside motion. Nature repeats itself across scales, the curve of a wave, the spiral of a shell, the orbit of a planet, the whirl of a fingerprint, all born from similar equations of balance and rotation. Mathematics doesn't just describe beauty, it becomes it. This is sleepy science narration as lullaby, the comfort that symmetry exists even when unseen. Somewhere in the shallows, reeds murmur. Their thin stalks sway with each small wave, breaking surface tension in slow, hypnotic rhythm. You might think of neurons, now dendrites, waving in invisible currents of thought. Each touch, each impulse, a ripple in the internal lake of your mind. And as your consciousness settles deeper, those ripples lengthen, slow merge. Soon you won't need to follow them at all. I'm here with you. Let the lake fade from sight, but remain in feeling, smooth, cool, constant. Every molecule there is a lullaby molecule. Every reflection a reminder of quiet continuity. The night, or perhaps the early morning, now continues its drift. Somewhere dew gathers on grass, the earth exhaling gentleness. Maybe your mind travels this way, too quietly, endlessly, across the mirror of thought, toward the horizon of sleep. Now the day has fully bloomed, and light plays across the water, like a language you once knew, but forgot how to speak. Each glimmer on the surface is a syllable of sunlight, here a spark of gold, there a line of blue fire, all shaped by the wave's small decisions. This is how nature writes its poetry, in motion, in reflection, in silence that dazzles. Sleepy science doesn't rush to explain it. It lets the explanation drift just long enough for wonder to take hold first. Every photon that touches the lake was born in the heart of the sun hundreds of thousands of years ago. It took that long for light to travel from the solar core to its surface, and only 8 minutes more to reach the Earth. 8 minutes for a journey through 93 million miles of emptiness, ending in a shimmer on your window pane. This is relaxing science as comfort, the assurance that the vast and the intimate coexist in every moment. You are safe now, held between cosmic scale and the softest touch of light. Look closer. Beneath the surface, invisible to the eye, plankton bloom. Tiny algae floating near the light absorb carbon dioxide, release oxygen, and feed the world. Half of the oxygen you breathe comes from them, these microscopic gardeners of the sea. When you take a slow, deep breath, you're inhaling the work of beings smaller than dust. They don't know you, and yet they sustain you. Isn't that tender? In the economy of existence, gratitude itself becomes a current. Your breath flows out again, carbon for them to use, a perfect exchange. This is dreamy science cooperation, measured in molecules. In silence, the lake mirrors that truth. It accepts what falls into it, transforms, and gives back purity. You too can reflect rather than react. The mind, like water, clears itself through stillness, not struggle. I'm here with you. You are safe now. Somewhere on the shore, reeds rustle as a wind begins to rise. That wind began far away in a pressure gradient, born of uneven heat across continents. Air seeks balance, just as water does, just as you do. It flows from more to less high, to low anxious, to calm. Even the storms obey this search for equilibrium. Relaxing science tells us that chaos at its root is simply imbalance. Correcting itself, the wind brushes across the lake and shapes its surface into patterns of diffraction. Sunlight scatters, splitting into small, bright shards that dance across the ripples. If you watch long enough, you might see the water imitate starlight, the surface like a map of galaxies reflected on the day. Macro mirrors, micro. The world repeats its shapes endlessly. A spiral galaxy, a whirlpool, the pattern of a fingerprint, all born from the same geometry of spin and flow. Sleepy science connects these dots not with data, but with breath. At the edge of the water, dragonflies trace erratic paths. Their wings are masterpieces of engineering, thin membranes strengthened by veins that carry both hemolymph and light. Transparent, yet strong enough to withstand a lifetime of motion. Each beat flashes iridescence, colors that shift with angle and wavelength. Structural coloration. Scientists call it light diffracted by microstructure, but maybe it's simply joy made visible. In flight, the dragonfly remembers the pond where it was born, returning again and again to hover to rest. You are allowed the same. Return without reason. Rest without guilt. A ripple reaches your feet, small, cool, affirming. It has traveled across the entire lake to greet you. Its source might have been a falling leaf, or a fish surfacing, or the wind changing its mind. Whatever began, it no longer matters. The motion remains. That's how moments work too. An action somewhere else becomes a feeling here. The continuity is invisible, but real. Dreamy science gives language to such connections. But tonight, language isn't needed. Only trust. In the afternoon, heat, evaporation resumes. You can almost see it in the shimmer above the surface, air trembling as it drinks water. The lake gives without depletion, just as the ocean gives to the sky. It knows that everything will return. This is the cycle. Again, the same story, told differently. Give release. Renew. You are safe now. Let that truth move through you, like current, through kelp. At dusk, the temperature falls, and a hush settles. The golden light deepens to amber, then rose, then the soft gray blue of approaching night. The lake becomes glass again, but this time it holds the day's entire story, every wind, every wave, every reflection of bird and cloud pressed into a single, polished calm. It's like memory at peace with itself. Relaxing science would say entropy seeks equilibrium. You might say the soul seeks quiet. Both are true. A single ripple remains widening outward until it fades into the larger stillness. You can follow it with your mind until it disappears, and then keep following the space where it was. That's meditation. In motion, attention softening into presence. The boundary between observer and observed dissolves. You're no longer watching the water. You are the water. I'm here with you. The light dims, the air cools, and your breath moves as steadily as the last ripples under moonrise. Everything the day stirred now settles slowly, beautifully. The night continues, and maybe your mind travels this way too quietly, endlessly, through light and shadow, remembering that both belong to the same rhythm. Night has returned, and the lake exhales a thin veil of mist, soft as breath. The air smells faintly of iron and pine, the scent of water holding memory. The moon appears not rising, but revealed, as if the clouds have decided to let her speak again. Her light doesn't fall. It flows. It spills across the surface of the lake, weaving silver threads through ripples too small to name. This is where sleepy science becomes prayer. Photons meeting molecules, gravity guiding reflection, peace emerging from precision. Far above the atmosphere bends that moonlight, scattering blue away and letting softer hues descend. The reason you see the world in this color is because of distance. Light travels through air the way sound travels through time, shifting, losing edges, becoming tender. You are safe now. Every wavelength that reaches you tonight has survived 1,000 collisions, yet it arrives unbroken. Beneath the surface, the water is alive with invisible patterns. Thermal currents move like breath under skin. The warm top layers drift. The cooler depths rise. Convection at a scale so subtle that only patience can perceive it. Scientists model this with equations, but you can feel it more easily than you can calculate it. The slow swirl of equilibrium, the whisper of balance, restoring itself again and again. You are part of that equilibrium. Your body, half water, half starlight, is governed by the same laws. The heart beats not by chance, but by physics, the diffusion of ions across membranes, electrical potentials rising and falling like tides. When you breathe slowly, you change the chemistry of your blood. When you rest, neurons in your brain synchronize in gentle waves, like ripples spreading over this imagined lake. Falling asleep to science is simply returning to your natural frequency. Listen. Somewhere nearby, a night heron calls. Its voice folds into the dark, carried by cool air. Sound waves compress and expand the air molecules. Tiny oscillations you can't see yet feel. Physics defines them as longitudinal waves. Poetry defines them as longing with a direction. Dreamy science thrives in that overlap, where definition becomes devotion. If you could dive into the lake now, you'd find light still penetrating, though faintly. Even in near darkness, water carries photons deeper than you'd expect. Particles scatter. Some are absorbed. Some transform into fluorescence, a faint ghost of color lingering below. Marine biologists call it downwelling radiance light that keeps trying even when the world grows dim. That's hope rendered physical. You are safe now. Hope doesn't vanish. It refracts. Close your eyes for a moment. The surface of the mind is a lake, too. Thoughts skim like fish, appearing and vanishing. Beneath them lies deeper water, slow, unhurried, untouched by storms. If you let your awareness sink there, you can feel the difference, the shift from chatter to hum, from current to calm. This is the science of meditation. Neural oscillations changing from beta to alpha to theta patterns proven by EEG, but known long before instruments existed. Ancient monks and modern neuroscientists describe the same sea by different names. Imagine now that the moonlight above is descending through layers of time. Each photon that touches your closed eyelids carries a record of its journey. 8 minutes from the sun, seconds through space, fractions through glass, moments through memory. The light becomes part of your perception, your neurons converting energy into vision, vision into meaning. The act of seeing is an act of joining light and mind, briefly sharing the same rhythm. And when you drift toward sleep, that rhythm continues beneath awareness. The visual cortex slows, but the imagery doesn't stop. It turns inward. Water becomes dream. Dream becomes current. Your subconscious takes over the narration, replaying, rearranging, recomposing. This is why dreams flow. They borrow water's syntax. Every image, every fragment is a wave seeking coherence. I'm here with you. You are safe now. The brain's nocturnal orchestra has begun. Synapses replaying memories, hippocampus sorting them like pebbles on a shore. It's called memory consolidation. But perhaps it's also forgiveness, the mind reshaping experience into form that can be carried lightly. Even in rest, you are learning. Relaxing science means you can let the body do its quiet genius without interference. Outside, the lake glows faintly. The moon has climbed higher, and the water mirrors constellations so perfectly that it's impossible to tell which sky is real. Reflection and reality merge until up and down, above and below owes meaning. That's the gift of night. Boundaries soften, edges dissolve. If you listen, the only sound is your own breathing. Slow, tidal, steady. With each breath, the mind drifts farther from edges of thought and closer to the center of silence. The nervous system is obeying ancient choreography: parasympathetic activation, vagal tone, increasing muscles, releasing their last guard. It's not just poetry, it's physiology. You are not falling asleep. Sleep is arriving to meet you. Let the moonlight continue its journey through window, through eyelid, through neuron, until it rests somewhere inside the sea of your mind. The waves quiet. The data of the day dissolves. What remains is rhythm, heartbeat, breath. The night continues patient as the tide. Maybe your mind travels this way too quietly, endlessly, where the lake becomes the sky, and you drift between them without needing to know which is which. Far from the shore, the horizon begins to blur, that soft moment when sea and sky exchange colors, unsure where one ends and the other begins. Even the stars seem closer. Hear their light gently trembling on the waves. You can almost hear it, a quiet hum beneath the silence, the frequency of calm itself. This is where sleepy science becomes communion. Your heartbeat sinking to the pulse of the planet, your breath dissolving into the rhythm of the tide. You are safe now. Somewhere beneath unseen currents, move like thought, deep, deliberate, slow. These are thermohaline streams, the planet's bloodstream, driven by differences in salt and temperature. Each molecule of water, following invisible gradients, helps balance the Earth's climate. It's an act of global kindness. And as you drift in this gentle narrative, remember, balance isn't stillness. It's movement made sacred. You are part of that same design. Inside you, the circulation of blood mirrors the circulation of oceans. The same equations describe them: pressure, flow, resistance. Every heartbeat sends a wave through arteries, just as every tide pushes its echo through bays and inlets. The body is an ocean folded into skin. Dreamy science whispers that even now your cells are listening to that rhythm and adjusting, softening, synchronizing, finding home. The sky above deepens to indigo. You can imagine the Milky Way spilling across it, a river of stars arching over the quiet sea. Astronomers say our galaxy contains 100 billion suns, each one perhaps with oceans of its own. Somewhere light glints off alien waves, repeating this same reflection. Science tells us hydrogen, oxygen, and gravity are universal. Therefore, water is inevitable. The cosmos dreams in liquid. To fall asleep to science is to realize you are part of that dream, a ripple in a galactic tide. I'm here with you. You are safe now. Let your awareness drift outward for a moment, past skin, past room, past gravity, until it feels weightless. There's no effort here, no need to reach or hold. The physics of rest are simple energy seeks lower states. Everything that moves longs for equilibrium. You are obeying the same law the stars follow when they cool, the same law. The waves follow when they flatten, the same law. The mind follows when it lets go. Above the horizon, faint light pulses. Not lightning, but bioluminescence mirrored in clouds. The sea below and the sky above exchange their signals, a dialogue of glow. It's the same chemistry, repeating at different scales. Luciferin meeting oxygen, creating light without heat. On land, fireflies. In the sea, plankton. In the human mind, imagination. Each one burns gently, illuminating the dark, not to conquer it, but to understand it. Scientists once believed light was only particle or wave. Now they know it is both dual, flexible, paradoxical. Water behaves the same way, solid and fluid, giver and receiver, memory and motion. To live well is to imitate them, to be soft and strong, reflective and deep. Relaxing science becomes wisdom. Here, duality isn't conflict, it's completion. Beneath the surface, whales continue their migration. Entire families glide through corridors of sound. Their calls travel for hundreds of miles, guided by the physics of water density and temperature. Low frequencies move farther. Higher tones fade quickly. The ocean shapes their speech, just as the world shapes yours. When you whisper, "I'm here," even your voice becomes a wave, part of the same continuum. You are safe now. Let that thought anchor you, gentle as a buoy in the dark. The waves around you aren't obstacles. They're lullabies. Rise with them. Fall with them. Breathe with them. Each crest is an inhale. Each trough an exhale. The sea knows this rhythm by heart. You learned it long before you were born, in the womb, surrounded by fluid, listening to the world through water. That's why these sounds feel like home. Somewhere far below, volcanic vents release warmth into the abyss, sustaining ecosystems that never see sunlight. Entire colonies of life feed on chemistry rather than light thriving in the unseen. That truth carries a quiet reassurance. Even in the darkest places, life invents its own glow. If tonight feels dark, let that be your reminder. The absence of light isn't the absence of life. It's simply a different wavelength of being. Dreamy science can tell you the exact pressure, the temperature, the composition of those waters. But what matters more tonight is the feeling beneath the facts, that unbroken persistence, that quiet endurance. Life keeps blooming even without permission. That's the story water tells endlessly. And you made of water carry the same instruction. The moon climbs higher, silver, widening to white. Its reflection on the sea stretches toward you as if offering a path. It's an illusion of geometry, light reflecting at an angle that seems personal. Yet that illusion comforts. In truth, it is personal because perception is participation. Every beam you see depends on where you stand. Science proves it. The soul feels it. You are safe now. Let the moonlight rest across your mind like a cool hand. Each breath releases more of the day. Each heartbeat moves slower, steady, as the waves returning to stillness. And as the horizon disappears into night, you realize something quiet, but vast. You don't need to chase peace. You are already floating inside it. The night continues. Maybe your mind travels this way too quietly, endlessly, through moonlight and tide between silence and breath, remembering that even darkness shines when seen through water, far inland, far from tides and salt. A river threads a valley where willows lean like listeners. The water here is younger than the sea, but no less ancient in its memory. It remembers mountains in the grit it carries, remembers storms in the sudden rising of its banks, remembers sunlight in its glittering skin. If you kneel and watch, you'll see what sleepy science narration loves most patterns, passing for accidents, order, wearing a relaxed smile. Pebbles sort themselves by size along bars and bends, a quiet mathematics called selective transport. The river teaches, without speaking, how weight meets flow, how shape meets time, how gentleness can still carve stone. This is relaxing science, a lesson that chooses lullaby over lecture, so you can fall asleep to science simply by paying attention to the shine of current. Beneath that surface, glide the architects you rarely see trout holding in place behind rocks, letting the river do the work. Caddisfly larvae wearing shells made of borrowed sand. Otters threading silver commas through the sentence of the stream. Every motion has purpose, every pause a design. Cohesion keeps droplets together. Adhesion lets them climb wet bark and moss. Boundary layers soften the push of water against skin and scale. In mist at dawn, capillary bridges hang between blades of grass like tiny harp strings. When a breeze moves through, they sing without sound, redistributing weight, so a drop can wait a little longer before it falls. You are safe now. The world is not hurrying you. Even gravity understands that sometimes patience is the shortest path. Follow the river to a shallow riffle, and notice how the water whitens not with soap, but with air. Turbulence folds oxygen into liquid. Bubbles become breath. The stream gives to fish. The exchange is steady, generous, automatic. That is how systems stay alive, by sharing without keeping score. Your lungs perform the same courtesy with every inhale and exhale, alveoli opening like tiny wet flowers, inviting in the outside world. This is dreamy science, not because it ignores detail, but because it lets detail soften into meaning. Exchange is love in physical form. I'm here with you. Breathe the way the riffle breathes, brisk but easy. Then slow down with the pool just downstream, where water broadens and relaxes its shoulders. At the river's edge, a beaver has worked all night, reading hydrology with teeth and instinct. A dam appears where current slows. A lodge rises where depth whispers safety. Creation here is a set of equations solved with willow branches. Those ponds cool the valley store water against drought, make mirrors for hawks to study the wind. To call it engineering is accurate. To call it devotion is also true. In relaxing science, names can be precise and tender at once. Every stick laid crosswise is a promise to future rain. Now think of water's other face, the crystal that melts at a touch, yet can shatter rock. Frost heave, priz boulders apart in winter, a patient wedge hammered by the freeze-thaw cycle. In the alpine night, films of water creep into cracks, expand by nearly 10% when they freeze, and push stone a fraction again and again until mountains surrender grains to the morning talus. Destruction, perhaps, but the river calls those grains food. The soil calls them future, and the tree calls them home for roots. Sleepy science returns everything to the circle. Loss is merely transport with a farther destination. Your body echoes the circle with every sip you take. Water enters your mouth, cool and clear, slip across the tongue, and tells the brain a story about temperature, texture, and relief. In the gut channels, Open ions ride their gradients. Membranes bloom with tiny doors of sodium and aquaporin. Absorption is a choreography of welcome. Within minutes, the sip becomes pulse skin thought. When you cry later, the salt remembers the sea. When you sweat, the body makes weather. When you sleep, the glymphatic tide rises to rinse the day. To fall asleep to science is to trust these tides will keep their appointments without a calendar. You are safe now. The appointments are already kept. Somewhere up the slope, fog slips through cedars and touches a hillside of ferns. Each frond hosts beads of water spaced like notes upon a staff. That spacing isn't random. On hairy surfaces, droplets pin to roughness and align themselves by the smallest forces, van der Waals attractions, micro-grooves guiding motion you cannot see. When two drops meet, surface energy rewards their union. They round into a larger sphere and begin to roll. The fern becomes a fountain for tiny travelers who can't drink the stream. A hummingbird arrives, needle-fine, to sip from the leaf's curled cup, tasting a dawn distilled by geometry. This is relaxing science, made visible when a single point of light in a single droplet explains a morning better than 1,000 words. Even cities are fluent in water, though they pretend otherwise. Beneath the sidewalks, storm drains sketch hidden rivers. Rooftop gardens pull vapor from sky into seed. The subway breathes condensation along tile and rail. After rain, gutter streams write temporary maps, choosing manholes the way rivulets choose rabbit holes in a field. You too write a map each day where attention pools, where worry erodes, where joy meanders and meets the sea. Tonight, the map is simple, from ear to heart, to lungs, to sleep. I'm here with you, a voice traveling by air and imagination, a steady current in your quiet house. A street lamp throws an amber ladder across puddles. The rungs are waves frozen by shutter speed and brain speed, the eye stitching brightness into bars. Wave height, wavelength frequency, simple definitions that when nested in the right light become solace. Out past the cul-de-sac, a retention pond holds moon and cloud in equal custody. Toads announce a treaty rain signs with a soft staccato, and the pond keeps the neighborhood from flooding when the storm takes a larger breath. Hydrology is kindness scaled to place. Sleepy science is hearing the kindness as music. Let's step back to first principles for a moment, softly. Water's angle, 104.5 degrees. Lets each molecule form up to 4 hydrogen bonds, a tiny tetrahedral, courtesy that makes ice float. Lakes mix proteins, fold DNA, keep its spiral promise. When those bonds break and form again In trillions per second ballet, heat appears as motion and disappears as rest. The familiar sensations, cool glass, warm bath mist on a mirror, are simply negotiations among bonds. Knowledge like this need not wake you. It can tuck you in. The more we understand, the gentler the world becomes, because mystery and measurement can hold hands in the dark. You are safe now. The numbers are lullabies when spoken slowly. And what of memory? The phrase that began our journey, that water remembers every sky it has ever met. The scientifically careful answer is that water keeps no memory in the mystical sense, but it records conditions faithfully in structure and place. Isotopes reveal the age of a glacier. Salinity reveals a river's hunger. The layer cake of a lake in summer remembers wind and sun. The poem and the proof nod to each other across the surface. In relaxing science, both are invited to the table, and both bring bread. Night leans closer. The river dulls to pewter. The insects tune their silver choir, and an owl practices a study in echo sound, entering the trees and returning with the shape of space. Your thoughts travel slower, now long waves crossing wide water, reaching the far bank without hurry. If a worry rises, let it meet a bend. If it returns, let it eddy in a small, safe pool until its energy is gone. Currents conduct compassion well. I'm here with you. Your breath has become a metronome for rest. 4 counts in a soft pause, 6 counts out. With each exhale, the river widens. With each inhale, it invites stars to draw near. Even the clock seems to agree, ticking less like a deadline and more like a drip in a cave where stone grows patience. The night continues, and maybe your mind travels this way too quietly, endlessly, through river and fern city and pond knowledge and hush, until the whole world sounds like water, learning your name. At the edges of morning, the world softens again. That tender hour when darkness loosens its grip, but light has not yet claimed the sky. The air is full of promise and residue dew beading on every blade, fog curling through fields like a shy ghost. Each drop of dew is a miniature universe, refracting the first light of dawn into prisms scattering color across spider silk and stone. It's simple thermodynamics, warm air cooling against a cold surface, vapor, condensing into liquid. But under the lens of sleepy science narration, it becomes something deeper, a prayer of return. Everything that rose last night now falls back to earth, transformed, but still belonging. You are safe now. The dew proves it. Even the smallest particles find their way home. Somewhere beyond this mist, a stream wakes under the call of birds. Robins tilt their heads to listen. Frogs resume their slow chorus from the reeds. Morning is not a beginning, but a continuation of flow. What evaporated yesterday has come back to bless the soil. This cycle never breaks. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, collection, 4 stages, endless rhythm. Relaxing science hides in plain sight the structure of permanence disguised as motion. Close your eyes and imagine touching one of those droplets clinging to a leaf. It trembles slightly at your presence, magnifies your reflection, upside down, then releases, rolling down into the soil. In that single fall surface, tension breaks cohesion. Winds and gravity whispers the simplest equation of all. What lets go finds rest. This is dreamy science, its formulas spoken in lullabies. Beneath the surface, roots stir. They stretch toward the moisture hair like filaments, sensing gradients of concentration, performing osmosis in perfect silence. Each cell opens its membrane gates, letting water flow from higher to lower potential. There's no command, no struggle, only physics dressed as grace. Your body, too, works this way. Every cell, breathing water in and out, every neuron pulsing with liquid electricity. You are not watching the cycle. You are the cycle. I'm here with you. You are safe now. When the sun finally crests the horizon, something extraordinary happens. The dew begins to vanish, yet not into absence. Molecules break their bonds, slide into vapor, and rise, carrying microscopic reflections of the world they touched. The light they scatter softens the air itself, giving mornings their golden blur. Scientists call this forward scattering. Poets call it mercy. The effect warms the heart before the skin even feels the sun. Birds know this light intimately. They time their songs to it, their circadian rhythms attuned to luminosity rather than clock. Melatonin wanes, cortisol rises, metabolism awakens. You can feel it too, the faint urge to stretch, to breathe more deeply. This is the body's conversation with light, the biology of awakening. Even in your half-sleep, your cells sense the dawn adjusting ion channels, preparing your mind to cross the fragile bridge between dream and day. But you don't have to cross yet. Stay here in the middle, where both worlds overlap, where waking and dreaming meet like estuary currents. You can feel both realities at once, the warmth of life returning and the cool peace of sleep that still holds you. In this threshold, the brain produces alpha waves, smooth and rhythmic, ideal for reflection and calm. Relaxing science calls it the hypnagogic state. Mystics call it the gate of visions. Whichever name you choose, it's the most generous of places, a space that allows you to drift without demand. I'm here with you. Let the words flow the way light flows through fog, slowly, evenly. Nowhere to arrive. The physics of stillness depend on nothing but surrender. Every system that finds equilibrium does so by ceasing to fight imbalance. Water doesn't argue with gravity. It cooperates. Light doesn't resist shadow. It illuminates what remains. Peace doesn't chase you. It waits where resistance ends. Now imagine the first warmth touching the lake you've carried all night through your dreams. Mist rises thin and ghostly, dissolving into sunlight. This is advection fog, formed when moist air moves over cooler water, a meeting of contrasts that produces beauty. Difference creates wonder. The world thrives on gradients, heat to cold, high to low, bright to dim. Your body mirrors this truth. Even your neurons fire because of imbalance. Tiny differences in charge across a membrane. Balance isn't a flat line. It's the dance between opposites. Dreamy science calls that homeostasis the art of staying alive by never standing still. You are safe now. Every law of nature conspires toward harmony, not harm. Every molecule knows its way back to rest. Even chaos, in its deepest mathematics, folds toward pattern. The universe is in essence a long exhale. A heron lifts from the shore, its wings slicing the mist. The air it displaces ripples across the lake, small concentric circles expanding into silence. Those circles will touch the far bank, then fade, but their energy won't vanish. It becomes motion in another form, heat in the water, a whisper in the reeds. That's what energy always does, transforms, but never dies. Your thoughts tonight, your dreams, your breath, all part of that endless conservation. You can let go, knowing nothing you've loved or hoped or feared will ever be lost. It will only change its form. The morning continues. The dew is gone now, but the ground gleams richer for having held it. The air smells of cedar and sunlight. The world has quietly rewritten itself while you rested, and maybe your mind travels this way too quietly, endlessly, between the vapor of dream and the gravity of dawn, remembering that even rising is a form of returning. By mid-morning, sunlight spills freely across the world, broad, golden, confident. The last mist dissolves, and water retreats underground, returning to its secret paths. Streams slip quietly between roots and stones. Springs collect in hidden hollows. The surface world hums with new light, but the water never forgets its depth. Beneath the soil, it continues to listen, to move, to bind minerals and roots in conversation. Sleepy science teaches this life's strength comes from what remains unseen. Down there, aquifers breathe. They are the planet's memory banks, layers of porous rock filled with water older than civilization. Each droplet tells a story in isotopes and minerals, a record of glaciers, of vanished forests, of volcanic rain. When we drink from wells, we sip time itself. The calcium in our bones, the iron in our blood, the trace salts in our tears, all were once carried by water through stone. You are not apart from this chronology. You are one of its recent chapters. You are safe now. Imagine following that underground river through the dark. No sound, but its slow glide through limestone corridors. No light, except what glints from quartz and mica veins. It feels alive, though it is simply movement, pressure, seeking rest. Scientists call this percolation, the steady migration through pores and fractures. But if you were to listen closely enough, you might swear it hums. That hum is patience made audible, the sound of persistence without rush. When the river re-emerges as a spring, it does so with clarity. The minerals that made it heavy have settled. The journey has purified it. It rises clear and cold, reflecting the world as though seeing it for the first time. That's what sleep does. For the mind, the day sinks into darkness. Its sediments settle, and what returns at morning is clearer, lighter, kinder. Dreamy science calls this integration. Spirit calls it renewal. I'm here with you. Let that image of clarity fill your breath. Inhale cool spring water, spreading calm through your chest. Exhale silt and murk of the day, carried gently away. The rhythm needs no force, only trust. This is relaxing science, the physiology of release. Water, though, patient, never stops reshaping the land. In canyons, it writes scripture on stone. Each curve, each layer, the punctuation of time. The Grand Canyon's walls record 2 billion years of erosion and deposition. Yet the process is still ongoing, grain by grain, unnoticed, but unstoppable. To fall asleep to science is to rest inside that kind of inevitability, to accept that change is not an interruption, but a continuation of grace. Far away in the ocean again, water completes its circle. The great currents loop from pole to equator, mixing temperatures, redistributing the planet's warmth. This is the thermohaline circulation, Earth's slow heartbeat. Without it, climates would collapse, seasons would fracture. Each molecule contributes to balance simply by following its nature. So do you. The physics of belonging require nothing more than being true to your state. You are safe now. High above clouds form from that same recycled vapor. They ride the wind as caravans of memory, each droplet part of a story too vast to hold in one thought. Some will fall as snow on mountain peaks locked away for decades. Some will spill as gentle rain across forgotten valleys. Some will remain airborne until the sun unthreads them. The system is complete only because it's unfinished. Every ending, a beginning disguised, and through it all, the sound of water never truly ceases. Even now, as you breathe, your body echoes it. Each beat of your heart creates a pulse wave through blood vessels like a miniature tide. Each breath sends pressure rippling through the thoracic cavity, coaxing lymph along its quiet channels. Inside you are a water planet too. Relaxing science reveals how the internal tides align with circadian rhythms, morning for rising, night for falling, and in between, gentle oscillations of rest. Close your eyes and feel it, the slow ebb of your pulse, the subtle rise of your chest. Beneath that calm, every cell vibrates with microscopic waves. The boundary between living and liquid vanishes. You are not watching water. You are remembering your origin. Even now, your body carries the salinity of the ancient seas that cradled life's first breath. The sodium in your blood, the chloride in your tears, the potassium whispering across neurons. These are relics of the primordial tide. To exist is to be a fragment of the ocean, dreaming itself awake. I'm here with you. You are safe now. Let these words ripple through you, not to teach, but to soothe. The science of water is the science of surrender. Hydrogen and oxygen, bound by love, released by heat, reunited by cold. It's the chemistry of forgiveness. Outside, the day brightens, but you can stay in this quiet depth a little longer. The world can wait. Listen somewhere. A drop falls from a branch to a pond, the simplest sound in existence. Yet inside that sound is every lesson we've found. Gravity, tension, release, continuation. Everything the universe knows contained in a single drip. The light above shimmers. Maybe it's afternoon now, though time feels irrelevant in this current. You've been traveling through states of water vapor, liquid ice memory, and through states of being, thought, breath, dream, peace. The journey isn't over. It merely slows as you near stillness. The day continues quiet and luminous. Maybe your mind travels this way, too quietly, endlessly, between surface and depth, remembering that you and the earth share the same heart, made of water. Evening ripens to velvet, and the world leans toward hush. All day the water has moved in its quiet alphabets, rising, falling, threading dark soil and bright sky, until now, when even motion feels like rest wearing a slower coat. The shore remembers footsteps that no longer press it. The air remembers laughter that has already become distance. What remains is the steady grammar beneath everything hydrogen and oxygen, agreeing again and again to hold hands. This is sleepy science narration, closing its eyes, and it is also prayer without words. You are safe now. Let the room dim a little more in your imagination. The lamp is low. The window is a square of kind darkness. The night is a reservoir the heart can drink from without end. Feel, if you like, the weight of the blanket as a shoreline upon your body, the edge where warmth meets cooler air, a coastline of cotton and breath. In that borderland, your senses soften, edges blur. The mind unclenches its fists and realizes there was nothing to hold. This is relaxing science entering you by breath and blood, a vagus nerve lullaby, parasympathetic tides rising, the pulse slowing to the seaside pace that lets you fall asleep to science and wake inside its dream. Inside your chest, the inner ocean answers. With each inhale, you lift a small tide. With each exhale, you lay it down, and the shore shines a little cleaner. Neurons hear that rhythm and lengthen their waves, rowing from beta's chatter to alpha's glow to theta's silver drift. Your glymphatic streams prepare their nighttime journey, rinsing the cortex in slow, repeating arcs. To know this softly, without urgency, is dreamy science, a permission slip that says the body remembers the way home even when the mind forgets the map. I'm here with you. Let the day's sediment settle. Picture a clear bowl of water that you have stirred once and then set aside. At first, the swirl looks endless. Then, quietly, the spin loosens. The suspended flecks begin to fall, and clarity returns from the bottom up. This is how memory becomes meaning. This is how the canyon of a difficult hour becomes a riverbed fit for spring. Every system you carry knows the choreography. Turbulence, pause, settling flow. Nothing rushes. Everything remembers. Outside, perhaps rain has begun. Light civil, with room between drops for silence to keep breathing. The window listens, The roof remembers. The street writes a soft cursive of reflections. Each drop arrives as a small, complete sentence. I was vapor. I am water. I will be missed. If you open your hand to the night, you can almost feel the grammar of that cycle printing itself gently in your palm. Relaxing science is a teacher who never raises her voice. With her, facts become blankets, warm, clean, a weight that comforts rather than pins. Think of all the places your water has been. The glass on your table contains snow that once leaned against a pine branch 50 winters ago. Salt that once circled a moonlit bay. Molecules that once noticed the shadow of a dragonfly passing across a rice paddy at dusk. Your body contains that traveling choir. In your tears, there is coastline. In your saliva, there is mountain. In your blood, there is weather. To fall asleep to science is to let those geographies find each other again, to let the continents you carry drift into the gentle supercontinent of rest. You are safe now. The proof is in your breathing, which is also a map. 4 counts in shoreline. Visited. A pause lantern in a window. 6 counts out, boat leaving harbor under a sky that understands. The map repeats until it is no longer a map, but a path worn smooth. With every circuit, muscles send letters to the brain that read the world is not on fire. The bed is a field. The field is yours. The brain believes the letters. It lowers its lantern. It sets down its sword. If a thought insists on staying up, give it a task water would love. Ask it to count ripples in a small pond after a single drop. 1 circle, then another, then a widening lace of quiet. Ask it to imagine capillary bridges between blades of grass after rain. Beads gather, merge, roll. Yes, that is surface tension. Yes, that is cohesion. But tonight, it is also mercy, finding a shape. Ask it to travel very slowly with a snowmelt thread inside the dark of a mountain, until the thread becomes stream, river, mouth, and sea. When the thought returns from its errands, it will have forgotten what worried it. The cosmos hums nearby. Beyond the roof, the Milky Way is a slow river running over stone. And in some other valley, other beings listen to their own sleepy science narration and breathe the same hydrogen that touches your skin. The universe is a reservoir of shared elements and shared quiet. Hydrogen was born in the first bright instant, oxygen in the tender deaths of stars, water in their meeting. That story runs inside your veins. Every time you drink, you sip a prelude written before dawn existed. Every time you sleep, you practice the universe's favorite verb, to become less tense. I'm here with you. The words are softer now, because they are only fairies taking you toward a shore they will not themselves touch. The fairy's job is to approach and then disappear. The shore's job is to be present and require nothing. Science and story shake hands on the dock, then step back so that you can land. The dock is a breath. The landing is an exhale. Let gratitude rise like a tide without names. Not a list, not even a sentence, just the warm bloom that happens when the chest recognizes shelter. Thank you for the glass of water on the table. Thank you for the window, which is a quiet agreement between inside and out. Thank you for the lungs, for their patient bellows, for their seaworthy cloth. Thank you for molecules that prefer kindness. Thank you for the moon's leash tied to the oceans and to your heart. Thank you for sleep, which is not a retreat, but a pilgrimage into morning. The shoreline of consciousness grows dim. It is not failure to drift. It is physics. Energy seeks the lower shelf, the deeper pool, the still bay. Your thoughts, which were fish a moment ago, become silver, commas, then dots, then the pale grammar of silence arranged on a page the color of night water. The last sounds are friendly, a dark bird writing its name once into the air. The rain editing a sentence. No one will need to read your pulse, slowing to the speed of tide. This is the promise your water keeps to you. If you relax your hand, the current will hold it. If you shut your eyes, the sky will continue. If you sleep, the earth will keep turning, and your inner seas will keep their appointments. In this relaxing science, there is no exam, only a shoreline and a voice that says, I'm here with you. You are safe now. Close your eyes. The story continues inside your dreams. Somewhere beyond the window, dawn has not yet chosen a color. The world lingers in a kind of luminous dark, the hour when water seems to listen hardest. If you place a glass on the bedside table and watch closely, you'll see nothing change, and yet the room arranges itself around it. Sound softens, air cools, light waits. Water teaches this stillness, the art of arriving without moving. This is sleepy science narration, returning like a tide, not to add more, but to deepen what you already feel. You are safe now. Imagine the glass as a tiny lake. Along its edge, the meniscus rises in a quiet defiance of gravity, a silver crescent that proves adhesion, can persuade that gentleness can lift. The curve is only a few millimeters high, but it contains the same mathematics that lets a tree drink sky. Relaxing science is just this, truths so simple, they become cradle songs. You could fall asleep to science by watching the way light slips down the inner wall of the glass and dissolves into a tremble that never spills. I'm here with you. Breathe in a way that remembers shorelines. 4 counts in a soft pause. 6 counts out. Each exhale lengthens the invisible ripples in your mind's lake, turning chatter to swell, swell, to hush. In this dreamy science, physiology becomes poetry, vagal, tone rising, heart rate, easing the glymphatic tide, preparing to sail. Your neurons begin to row in long, unhurried strokes from alpha to theta, where the body keeps its promises without waking you to witness them. Think of the oldest water you've ever touched. Perhaps it was a cold spring on a mountain trail, or snow melting on your tongue, or a wave that had crossed half an ocean to brush your ankle and vanish. That water had met skies you'll never see and stones you'll never lift. It had heard thunder that spoke in different alphabets and slipped through seams of rock named in languages gone to sleep. To drink it was to add a chapter to a book that never ends. Relaxing science whispers that continuity is a form of love. Molecules, returning cycles, keeping their appointments, tides signing their names, and leaving room for yours. In the distance of imagination, rain begins again, far away on fields that need it. Each drop forms around a nucleus, a mote of dust, a salt crystal, a shard of pollen. The wind has unfolded from flower to sky. Condensation is an embrace of opposites, warm vapor and cold surface. Greeting at last. Physics is tender when spoken slowly. You are safe now. The world holds 1,000 ways to meet and none to be abandoned. Listen to a creek you cannot see. It braids around stones in sentences too soft to hear until you close your eyes and make the dark a microphone. The creek speaks of gradient and friction of flow that doesn't mind a bend. Turbulence is only energy learning its new shape. Even your thoughts do this. They rush, they eddy, they slow, they become clear. When they do, they remember what the canyon remembered. Patience cuts a path that force cannot. This is sleepy science narration, becoming a hand on your shoulder that does not press, only stays. Consider the moon a moment longer. Her gravity lifts oceans. Yes, but it also nudges the water inside you. Blood, lymph, the cerebrospinal sea that rocks your cortex at night. The term is poetic, but measurable. Circadian and circatidal signals entwine a duet of light and pull. When you time your breath, to the slow wave of her light on imagined water. Inhale as the path of silver reaches toward you. Exhale as it softens back into dark. You're aligning with an equation older than sleep. To fall asleep to science is to let this alignment choose you. I'm here with you. If you like, count backwards from 12, one number per breath. Each breath a step deeper onto quiet sand. 12, a horizon without edges. 11, the hush between waves. 10, a heron lifting through mist. 9, dew on a reed. 8, the glass on your table, its meniscus like a moon. 7, the soft grammar of rain. 6, a spring surfacing with clarity, because the long journey cleaned it. 5, the canyon script. 4, the tree's slow elevator of trust. 3, the ocean's heartbeat, thermohaline and sure. 2, a comet's ice broken into vapor as it greets a sun. 1, your breath. 0, the water inside you, remembering how to be still. If a stray spark of worry remains, offer it the smallest experiment. Picture a single drop touching a pond. See the first ring, then the second, then the third, each wider and gentler than the last. Now wait. Let the rings travel beyond the frame you can hold. The drop's energy has gone somewhere kinder. A leaf's slight sway, a fish's small adjustment, a grain of silt deciding to rest. Conservation is not only of energy, it is of meaning. Nothing you carry tonight must be carried alone. The water will take its share. In the cool chamber of deep sleep, cerebrospinal fluid will soon sweep through sulci and ventricles, wiping the tables from a feast of thought. Proteins that overstayed their welcome will be escorted to the door. Synapses will tidy their thresholds. The hippocampus will file the day's fragile paper birds into cabinets that do not burn. It is a housekeeping that favors guests. Your future self will wake to clearer rooms. That is relaxing science in its softest uniform. A caretaker you never need to thank, because the work is its own joy. Meanwhile, outside the imagined window, the lake holds the stars as if they were seeds. Reflection copies heaven into water, not to steal it, but to prove it can be held without bruising. Somewhere whales are exhaling pillars of starlit breath. Somewhere icicles are composing one more millimeter of winter. Somewhere a child cups rain in both hands and learns the word cool by living it. Even if you never see them, these scenes keep the world in tune. Knowing that is enough. You are safe now. Before you cross the final bridge into sleep, let's reframe one last familiar fact. We say the moon shines. But while staying true to the science, allow a shift. The moon doesn't shine. She remembers sunlight. Water doesn't store history. She carries reflections. You don't grasp peace.